Hey folks, welcome back to Street Rust. It is a beautiful, beautiful late October day. It's got to be between 75 and 80 out here. You couldn't ask for better weather to work on a 1970 F250. So hey, last couple videos, you guys saw me do the exhaust on the Chrysler. I've been working on the Chrysler too much, and when you know, there's a plane going overhead. So I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. So you know, we got to make some shifts on this channel. What we're doing isn't working. It's working a little bit. We're over 500, about 503 subscribers. So thank you all very much. That's an absolute blessing to us. Obviously, to get monetized, you know, I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it. But I'm doing these videos because I enjoy sharing it with the world. And you know what? I want to make some money to what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? I want to make some money to so you know, to pay for my addiction of cars. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to shift things up. We're going to do I'm going to continue working on the Chrysler in the background, little piddly stuff, getting it ready. We're going to do a couple car shows, get out, get the name brand out there a little bit. But I need to do some revivals, and the only way I can do revivals is to get this running. And not just running, because we've already showed that it will run. We got to get it roadworthy so that we can haul the car trailer. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get rocking here. So what else? That's about it. That's my plan. We got to make some money, honey. Baby needs some new shoes. So let me get you all in here. I want to show you what we're going to do first. All right. Battery. So we know that this thing runs, right? But you know, you pull a vehicle out of a field. I want to show y'all where the battery lives right now. I tested it just a while ago. I think it was about less than 3 volts. I just want y'all to see that. Matter of fact, it's 2.79 volts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these cables off. I'm going to throw this charger on here while we're going through the motions here of what you need to do when you start to do a revival on a vehicle. So let's get this rocking. Heck, this, I can't even tell you how old this charger is, folks. It's got to be at least 25 years old, but it keeps working, so I'm gonna keep using it. Let me get it plugged in. We'll get that charged, and we got the jump pack if we need it. Now, how you tell if this is working, you stick your tongue on it. That ain't right. Do not do that, especially you young people. Okay? I'm just checking for a spark here, and I'm not even getting a spark. Oh, it's okay. It says it's charged. It ain't charged. Let's see. That's negative. That's positive. I think it's just so stinking dead. It ain't doing nothing. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. I can hear it humming, but I don't see it charging. We're definitely positive. So we're gonna leave that there. How do I get you guys in here the best way here? I tell you what, let me get reorganized. I'm gonna get you in here and we'll start going over the basics. All right, so we're gonna make a list, folks. We're gonna make a list of everything. We're gonna go top to bottom, everything that we need to do to properly revive and get this truck roadworthy. That's really the intent of today's video. So we'll start with the basics. Let's go ahead and start with the oil. Anytime you're out there working on a vehicle, wish I knew where the dipstick was. Let's see. This is a Ford. This is a 302. So the dipstick ought to be right over here. It's in the front. Oh, there it is. Yep. All right. You guys probably saw it before I did. So my brain's got to shift from a 383 Chrysler Mopar to a Ford 302. So there's what she looks like. We know it's dirty, but she's got a lot of oil in there. We'll have to change the oil. So that's going to go on our going to go on our checklist here. Let's go ahead and add that. We know we're going to need oil. We're going to need oil filter. Okay. And I'm just going to tell you right now, we're going to need it. We're going to need a carb rebuild. That's a 2100, probably less than 30 bucks. We'll rebuild that carb. Can't remember if we got electronic ignition or not, so let's take a look in there. One great thing about a Ford, as you know, this distributor's on the front, and we have points. So we know for sure we're going to need points and condenser if we're going to do this right. Hopefully y'all can see this. Okay, so the basics. Okay, we got the oil, ignition. We know the coil's good. I probably want to go ahead and get another starter solenoid because that thing looks pretty rough. We're going to have a battery. What else, folks? Help me out here. We're going to need a battery. For the starter's good for now. You know, starters you can buy locally and they're still fairly decent price, but some stuff is just crazy. You gotta get it online. Boy, we need a radiator hose there. Let's see. Radiator hoses, that's gonna be top and bottom. Of course, y'all remember this is not the original 390. This is a 71 302 that somebody stuck in here. So, you know, that's the parts we got to buy for. What else? We need to check out the power steering down here. Okay, we need to check out the power steering. What else do we need to do? We need to check the radiator. And from this, we'll make a list of what we need to buy. Radiator. Gosh, there's got to be more. We need plugs. We need to get plug wires. And what else here? You know what? We'll talk about master cylinder when we do brakes. We need to clean this up for sure. I've got those chrome valve covers that add horsepower, as y'all know. We'll do that. So under the hood here, belts. We probably need. We're gonna need some belts. Those are crazy looking. So what else? What else we got? We got the fuel system. We need a fuel filter. That one right there. I think I have one of those, but I'm gonna write it down. We need a fuel filter. So you can see how this list is already growing, and you know these parts come free, right? They just ship them to me and sponsor my channel. Not. What else do we got? You know, we got to clean up this wiring, figure out what everything is, get out of here what doesn't belong here. Like over here, y'all can see. Oh, we got to fix the ground strap. This electronic ignition thing is, did they have that in 1970? But we definitely we need to get that ground cable. Okay, we need to get that ground cable. So let's just look around here a little bit. Let's look around. Okay, so this ground cable, which ideally would go to the back of the block on a 302, you've got it back there. And we're going to take this out. We're going to clean up a lot of this wiring here. This, wiring that goes nowhere. Let's see if we're getting some spark now. Yeah, we're getting a little bit. Something ain't right here, but I can hear it humming, so it's charging. If not, we'll get the jump pack out here. So to get, I think, you know what? We're not going to start this yet. We're going to let this charge for a while. So that is, oh, let's check the radiator fluid real quick. We put fluid and water in here. We ought to be in good shape here. Boy, it's a nice cap. That's a nice gauge cap. There's fluid in there. It's not all the way full, but it's not leaking. As a matter of fact, folks, this truck, since we drove it last time, has been sitting here not moved. You can tell the tire's a little low. We'll talk about tires too, but this ain't leaking nothing, folks. So, that can be good or bad. Ooh, look at there. Boy, this thing's rough. What is that? Oh, it's steel wool. Anyway, not leaking could be good or bad. That could mean there ain't nothing in there. But in this scenario, we know we got fluid, so it's not leaking. Of course, we need to bring it up to operating temperature, and we know we're not leaking oil, so that's good news. All right, so what do we need to do next? Let's talk about brakes. So these are actually, and I know it's difficult for you to see in here, but these are actually, let's see if we can, let's see if we can get under here and take a look. These are disc brakes. See them calipers right there? I'm gonna assume they're good because I don't want to buy calipers. Matter of fact, I don't want to buy rotors, but I'm gonna get those rotors turned. So if we look at the front brakes, what are we gonna need? Let's see. Front brakes. You know for sure you're gonna need to get the rotors turned, right? You know for sure you're gonna need new pads. You know for sure you might as well go ahead and get the right brake lines. Of course, when we order all this, we're gonna have to pull off a wheel and make sure, you know, we're getting the right thing, you know, getting the right parts. There's a couple different things going on here. So let's take a walk to the back here. So you got a dually. Now, oh, I don't even know what kind of rear end this is, but what I did read in several places was that Ford, nothing came from the factory on the F250 as a dually. Everything was dealership or aftermarket. So we definitely are going to have to look. We're going to have to find some numbers. Let's see if we can see a tag or anything here, because I just haven't looked at it. What is this right here? I think there's some numbers on there, folks. We're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to clean that up. We're gonna look at that. Let's see, don't know. How many bolts do we have? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10. So we're definitely, and I'm gonna write on my list here while we're doing it. We're definitely gonna need, it's not leaking. As long as there's fluid in there, we shouldn't have to check the rear main. So let's pop over here on the rear end. And we're going to need a new gasket, possibly. We're going to check the fluid. We need to check the fluid. But the reason it's important to know what rear end this is because we got to know about the brakes. All right, these are drum brakes, a little different in the rear. So, wire's got me. Wire's got me. Okay, brakes. What are we going to need on brakes, folks? For the rear brakes. So the rear brakes, you know for sure we're going to need to turn these drums, make as long as they're in good shape. You know you're going to need pads. You know you're going to need to install the whole, install kit with the springs and everything like that. You know you're going to need, we might as well do new wheel cylinders. They're cheap. Wheel cylinders, and what else? Oh, brake lines. Gonna have to do brake lines. We need this thing. When I'm backing a car trailer up or down a hill, I need to make sure this thing can stop. Now, oh, that must be the backup light right there. That's crazy as hoot. But hey, Marmon trucks wouldn't know it. Wouldn't know what that is. All right, now I got a bit of a bum knee here, folks. So you're probably watching me struggle in the shadow here. All right, so that's brakes. Now remember, we want to get this thing road ready. We'll talk about the body here in a while, but what else? Let's see, we talked about in the engine, so let's go ahead and move in. Well, let's talk about lights on the outside. Okay, definitely lights. Okay, lights. I mean, we got to check, we got to pull every bulb. We got to check the headlights. We got to check the parking lights. We got to check the tail lights. Ching ching, ching ching, ching ching. You know, if you buy light bulbs from like Rock Auto, you can buy them bulk and they're pretty dang cheap. All these lights in the back, we're gonna have to get something done there. What I've always called the chicken lights up top here, I think I'm just going to clean those up and replace the bulbs in there because none of those are working. So we'll have to do those bulbs, and I'm sure there's dome lights. So all right, so that's going to be the lights. We got to have all of our lights. The engine's got to run. It's got to run good. As far as the transmission, the clutch seems to be working good. Oh, you know, that's a good thing. We need to check the transmission fluid. Trans fluid. Oh, and I forgot one thing too. Remember we put in that power steering pump? Woo! We're gonna run out of room. Let's just put power steering. Okay, let's put power steering. Because what I'm gonna try to do is get a little more fluid in there and get that exercised and make sure it works. Okay, so let's move to the interior. We talked a little bit about oh, you know what? Might need a key. So, tell you what, folks, I mean, this may be a little boring, but you know, we need to understand it isn't free. Let me tell you what I'm talking about here. You know, some people have asked me, hey, what's it take to run a small YouTube channel? Mine is definitely small. There's some smaller, there's a lot more bigger. But I said, like in the last video, it's time and money. And right now it's all my time and all my money. So, you know, I've got some cash saved up for this purpose in my sock drawer. And you know, before I can go out and buy a $500 vehicle and do a revival and show you that, and then maybe sell that vehicle and start funding the channel, that's what I'm going to try to do. I got to get this thing rock solid, so I'm going to sink some money into this thing, and so we can get you some better videos, some more fun, instead of this old boring Chrysler, which is looking good today, by the way. I went out and drove it down to O'Reilly's and picked up some power steering fluid. Got to get that kick down just a little better and get the carb dialed in a little more, but it's looking good. So okay, folks, let me go get the key and we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. We're back up under here. You guys can see, I'm going to turn the camera so you can see the tag right side up. So that is a, doggone, now I forgot the number, the DOT AAS 603195-5. It's 373 group. That's a Dana 60. So that means the brakes, which everything looks to be correct, those are going to be the 12 by 2.5 for the drums. They said there was another number on the casing, but I sure can't find it. I don't know what that is. And let me show you what in the dog style is this right here. That seems to be part of the brake line. But doggone, what is this? I ain't ever seen nothing like that in my life. I mean, there's your brake line coming in right here, but I don't know. These brake lines look to be in pretty decent shape. I don't think I'm gonna have to mess with this. One's a little rusty. We might have some problems there, but we're gonna roll with that, and I'll replace this line right here, and I gotta figure out what this is. This may need replaced here. I may need to buy some line. I think that's, I don't know, 1/4 inch. I don't know. It ain't 1/4 inch. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. So let me get out from underneath here, and we'll get back under the cab. Back in the cab. All right. Well, this truck came with the metal detector option and a marine battery option. So, hey, you guys saw in the other videos, we got the winch working. We're not going to like strip this down, this bed, and paint it, but what I am going to do is hit it with a wire wheel real quick, hit it with some neutralizer, and we might even do, just depending on what we decide to do on the body, and we'll talk about that probably towards the end here, we'll figure out what we want to coat that with just to kind of seal it up. All right, interior, let's get our list. Where'd our list go? There's our list, right where I left it so I wouldn't lose it. Ooh. Don't litter. Don't be a litter bug. Okay, battery's still charging. Okay, so obviously we got a dome light. for you kids of the 80s, I don't promote drugs, but that would be a dope light. But we definitely in really good shape in here. I'm well pleased with how this is looking in here. We'll do some type of, maybe an American flag headliner or something, but ooh, gotta clip it. Clip it, don't get a ticket. So anyway, well, hey, that's why the blower motor is not working right there. All right, so interior, here's whew, this is, I'm gonna flip this bad boy over. All right, interior, just to make this vehicle roadworthy and road safe, we definitely have to pull the instrument cluster and get certain things working. That's a whole video by itself. I did an instrument cluster in a 72 LTD. We need gauges. This is the only gauge we got, and that's oil pressure. So we definitely need gauges. We definitely need the heater to work. Doesn't look like this came with any air options, so that's good. Radio will have to wait. Ooh, I know we looked in here, but it's always fun to look in there. Nothing works. We'll lube that up. What else? Gauges. We need to figure out what we're going to do with the floor. It's been patched so many times that it's like Dolly Parton's coat of many colors. And there's, speaking of coat of many colors, you got, look at this. What were you drinking your lunch? what were you doing here? Okay. Dash pad definitely. Well, we'll do general cleanup in here, obviously. Rearview mirror would be nice. Oh, you know, I got some of that glue that still might be good. I might do that today real quick, just because I got it, but I don't know, we'll see. I did the on the Durango, the rearview mirror. It's right here. And you buy it, it's like $7 for the little kit, and then you can't reuse it. You know, you got the wipe and the glue, but it's only been like about 2 weeks, and I put it in a Ziploc bag. I might have some residue left in there. Look at them mud dauber nests. You know, they gotta live too. All right, what else? I think we're just gonna call it that for now. And that don't look right. You know, this brake pedal sure looks like, unless this guy had unless it was like, you know, Derek from Vice Grip Garage, unless there was a Sasquatch driving this. But then again, look at the angle of the gas pedal, and then look at the angle of the brake pedal. But then your clutch pedal is weird. I don't know. It'll work either way. We gotta make sure the horn works. Let's put that for, well, the horn ain't gonna work because I don't have it hooked up. All right, now we'll figure out what we're gonna do with the seat and the door panels. Let's go ahead and, boy, the windows roll up and down good. Hey, y'all tell me this. Y'all tell me, is this an original seat? This is a split back. I don't get it. I've never seen a split back. I kind of like it. And it's got the lever on here. I forget where it is. Oh, there it is right there. Tell you what, I mean, if I could find a seat cover, we got to get a new pickup for the fuel, tank as well. I think I had that. We need to go back to, oh, where's fuel? We don't have fuel by itself, so we need a fuel sending unit. You know, those are only about, what, $100? See, we're just, look at this, let's grow and grow and grow. And that's just the interior. You know, it'd be nice to get some door sweeps and things of that nature. I may see if window sweeps, see what those run, and see if we could do that. All right, steering wheel. So we put in the rag joint, the steering coupler. That's in right down yonder. We did that. I think we're okay there. So let's talk about the body. Let's talk about the body. Okay, so this vehicle was candy apple red. I don't know if that's primarily candy apple red, but you can see candy apple red in here. And let's see. Oh, there's the door tag. Have y'all seen that yet? Okay, there you go. Let's see. So candy apple red, then somebody painted it green, and then somebody wanted just the stuff from the dash down to match the seat. So good night. All right, what are we gonna do? Tell you what I like. Look, we're not repainting this thing, but what I would like to do is come in and see there, Bondo. Look, rivets, doggone rivets, and look at there. So we're probably going to pull these fenders and work them over. So here's a question for you. Yeah, we're going to have to do a little metal work here too, and we need to replace these cab corners. There's some more of that candy apple red in there. Woo, cab corners, you can't really see it. Okay, let's go look at the other side. And the grill, I'm gonna pull all that off. Might make a custom grill out of something, but this is pretty beat. I don't know if I can get that back in shape or not, but we're gonna work on it. There's a lot of Bondo in this thing, but I don't care as long as it runs good. That's loose. We're gonna have to fix that down there. So this side, you know, overall we got hoods in good shape. We got a lot to work with. So what we're going to do is do a little bit of body work. Oh, my question. So should I just treat this for rust and take some license plates and just kind of patch that up, make it a real, you know, ratty looking thing? Or because I want this to be not a daily driver, well, pretty much a daily driver. I want to be able to jump in this thing, hook up the trailer, and go get what I need vehicle wise. Or should I spend the time getting some cab corners? And I've never done cab corners, so I need to learn how to do body work a little better. Look at there. Need to fix all that. So I think I can. We're gonna have lots of opportunity to work on this thing. So what's the last thing? The last thing we haven't, let's see, we've talked about engine. Oh, drivetrain. You got U-joints and oh, we need to put this on the list. What is that thing called there? Is that a carriage joint right there? I believe it's something along that line. We probably, you know, look here, y'all look. Let me get you in there good. Okay, see if, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll just hold it. What the heck? All right, not too loose. I mean, I can't even budge that thing. So, but I tell you what, these things, I guess I could just keep an eye on this and see if we have any issues with it. Let's see what we do. No, I mean, it's tight. It's tight. But as old as these are, you know, do we just go ahead and change them just to make sure we don't break down the road? Look at there, free muffler hanger. Y'all remember we put that exhaust on there? All right, that's what we did last time. All right, what else we got? Oh, so we got to put that on the list. Oh, my knee is blown out, people. That's what happens when you get old. Yeah, that thing's a dog turd, needs to go right there. All right, so we need to put we need that carriage, whatever you call it. I'm just going to call it a carriage joint. Y'all can correct me in the comments. And we need to check U-joints, things of that nature. So that's on the list. And let's see, so engine, we've gone through the drivetrain, the rear end. We talked about the rear end, to gasket and fluid. If we need it, we might as well buy a gasket and have it on stock, in stock, in case we ever have a problem with like the rear main seal, we'll have to drain it. We got radiator hoses. All right, so what do we got? Tires. So these tires are, I don't want the steer tires we need to replace. They're 290, it's upside down. 295, 75, 16. These are truck. 265. So that's the width. They're 75 tall. Those ought to be pretty achievable as far as finding them. So we need to put, let's go ahead and put tires, front tires. Front tires. Ching ching, ching ching, ching ching. I also need tires for my trailer, my car trailer. Now these back here, these are also, let's see, these are 16s. I was kind of worried that they were 16 and a half. They're not. So you got 235, 85 R16. So a little taller, but so if you look at this, if this is a 235 as far as width, let's see, what was this one up here? This one was 265. So you would think that front tire would be wider than these two tires individually, and it is. You can kind of see that. I know it's not going to look right for y'all on camera, but because you got two of them back here. So what I'm going to do, because these aren't super duper cracked, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna find some tires, even if it's a used set. I may have to find a used set just for safety. I mean, some of these are just ate up, and the one over here is going flat. So all right, so we've made a pretty comprehensive list, and that's what you have to do when you, I mean, this isn't just about getting this vehicle running. This is about being able to drive it so I can go do some revival. So tell you what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna stop the camera. I'm gonna put this back on the mount, because I don't want y'all thinking I went and tried to get this thing started when you were looking the other way. So that's not how we roll. Sometimes we don't even roll. So let's see what we got. All right, so first of all, let's look over here. We have spark, and it's actually charging. Okay, so I'm gonna unplug the charger for safety. Let's go ahead and put the meter on and see what we got. Hopefully y'all can see that. We're at 12.31. Let's just see if it'll turn over. Let's see if this battery's got enough, or am I gonna have to go get the jump pack? Let me put you back, looking at the engine here. And haven't started this in a while. I do have some premium gasoline in a can that I'm gonna use if necessary. I know that freaks people out, but it'll be all right. Let's see what we got. Gotta have the keys in my pocket. You know what? You know why we got nothing and it won't start, folks? Because the cables aren't hooked up. All right, where's my positive? There's my positive. That would help a little bit, wouldn't it? So, live action, baby. All right. We got negative. That's a red negative. That goes to the block, and then this goes to your starter solenoid there. All right. Or relay, whatever you want to call it. All right. Let's see what we got. We got dynamite. All right. Let me go get the jump pack. I'll be right back. All righty. Let me get some of this other stuff out of the way. Oh, don't drop the meter. Don't drop the jump pack. Don't drop that either. All right. This is probably the best $69.99 I've spent in a long time. Got it on sale at Harbor Freight. Love it. And I got them backwards. Did y'all catch that? That'll make the truck run backwards. That's not good. So we have positive, we have negative. Power on. All right, and we're on. Let's see what we got. I got nothing, folks. Nothing. So I may not have a good connection here. Let me check the dome light here. Make sure I got a good connection there. Sure don't. All right. This is definitely negative. This is definitely positive. Man, did this battery already crap on us? Let's take a look. Negative. Positive. Now how's that even possible? How's that even possible? That battery is so stinking dead. Look at there. You're talking like, I mean, I'm on 20. And that's positive and that's negative. And doggone, we ain't getting nothing. So we're gonna have to jump this. Let me get the Durango over here and get it lined up. Be back. Alrighty. Doggone. I took the battery out of the Chrysler. That other battery was just so doggone dead. I couldn't even jump start it. 12.43, so we ought to be good there. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna crank it over and just see if I can start it without any carb cleaner. Let's see what we got. Alright, I don't want to kill the battery, so let's give it a little bit here. I think that's where it goes. Nope, maybe not. We'll put a little down here. Let's see what she does. Doggone it. All right, I'm gonna get the Durango back up here and we'll jump start this battery. I'll be back in a few seconds. All right, folks, I jumped it off the Durango. My camera cut off, or I forgot to push play, whatever, but I don't know where it stopped. Shouldn't get this idle. Got a little bit of tick in there. That's idling a little high. There it goes. We got I don't know if that's that sure sounds like a lifter. I'm gonna have to check into that. Let's see what the charging system's doing here. Let's see. Positive, negative. So we're charging. That's good news. That alternator's working. That's one less thing we're gonna have to deal with. I still want to replace this and clean all this up. I mean, this is just disaster waiting to happen here. So we don't even have any temp on the radiator yet. I mean, this thing isn't running hot. Let's see what we got here. Thermostat housing. It's getting up there. It's probably gonna cut loose here pretty quick. But right, folks. You know, there's videos on this first start, this revival when we dug it out of the field. Let's go ahead and kill her. I don't know how much gas is in here. All right. And you know, it is what it is. I think this 302 will do us right. A little bit of lifter noise in there. We may have to replace some lifters, but we'll see. I may when I clean all this up, I may go ahead and pull the intake and get the front of the engine cleaned up. We'll do a little painting in there, different valve covers, maybe paint the intake, but I don't see any point in putting a 4-barrel on this at this point. It's a little 302. I don't need a lot of top end power. I need those 373 gears to haul a trailer and do the gears. So all right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up for today. So just to kind of recap what we've been talking about, gonna make some shifts in the channel. Want to get away from the Chrysler for a while. I need to produce some income, so I'm going to invest some income into this vehicle. We're gonna get this thing roadworthy, and you guys have seen the list that we already started. We went over it together. I'll have to start pricing these parts. So where do you get parts? Well, you got some options when you look at pricing, and the problem is you'll spend too much time pricing parts. You look at Parts Geek, you look at Rock Auto, you look at AutoZone, you look at O'Reilly's, you look at Advanced Auto Parts, you look at eBay, you look at Amazon. Now Amazon gets free shipping, Rock Auto doesn't, Parts Geek doesn't. Of course, you can have it free delivered to the store for any of the the parts stores. So you always got to get a balance there. I'm not going to spend 3 hours on parts, researching parts just so I can save a buck. So that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do some revivals. It's coming. It's gonna get cold. I'm gonna have to get this in the garage, especially do the body work. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna get this truck done, so I can haul a car trailer, so we can start, pulling some cars out of the field, if you will, out of the forest, and we'll get them running, we'll get them stabilized, we'll get the brakes working so we can turn them over to somebody else and let them take it to the next level. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it immensely. Look forward to bringing you some changed content here in the near future. And you know what? If you found value here, just click down below, like that, share it, and please subscribe, because it blesses me and my family abundantly, and it's free to you. So thank y'all, and be blessed.